All right, hello there. Welcome to another wee bit of a video. Today's video, we're gonna go back into Call of Duty kind of videos, but this time we're gonna cover zombies. I've played zombies a lot, especially growing up. Obviously, the first one that not obviously, but the first one that I played was actually Black Ops 1 Zombies. Obviously, the first one was World at War. You had to beat the campaign to play that mode. Unfortunately, I didn't even have that game. I was like way too young. But yeah, the game after that, I played Black Ops 1. It was really fun. And there was like 4-5 perks. I think there were originally like 4 perks in the first map, which would be Speed Cola, Juggernog, Quick Revive, and Double Tap. I believe that those are the original 4. There may have been another one, but that's where I'm at right now. But anyway, from Black Ops 2 to 3 to 4 to Cold War, just played a lot of zombies, specifically Treyarch game zombies, of course. If we're talking about Infinity Ward zombies, I think Zombies Baseline is one of the best zombies maps of all time. So Infinity Ward, that was a great one. Anyway, we should just get right into it. I don't want to kind of take your guys' time too much, but from here it'll be the top of the list is a need, meaning you need this perk to do anything that you even want to do. Great obviously being not necessarily a must, but it is phenomenal and works really well. Good being it's solid, nothing more. Average meaning it's okay, and bad is just like so unnecessary. Like why would you even want that? Okay, sorry about that. Back to what I was saying. Let me put this closer. Back to what I was saying. Bad being it's just not good, period. And really the only time you'd have it is for trolling purposes or just for fun. That's it. So being the first one on this list, Deadshot Daiquiri, it's gonna go on bad. I believe it was a perk that first came in Black Ops 1. So yeah, Deadshot Daiquiri is actually really bad. A lot of it is because you can already get headshots, and since they're zombies, they're not like trying to juke you out. Like their movements are the same all the time, so headshots are really easy. Hipfire accuracy is not a need by any means. It's like just if you get it, cool, but it's so not necessary. You can just aim. Really, it's just a bad perk. Double tap. This is the original double tap, by the way, so it's just increased shooting speed. Double tap is not a good perk at all, the original one, because that's it. It's zombies. It's a game where like unless you're literally timing yourself to get like to round this or round that, like let's say I was like, okay, I'm gonna speed run around 50. I think this perk would be better in terms of a speed run, just because it does obviously improve TTK. But if you're just someone who's playing, having fun, or even if you're doing an Easter egg, it's unnecessary because you're training all the zombies anyway, and you're gonna unload the whole clip anyway. You're just doing it faster with double tap. So yeah, just not that crazy. Some people argue that you get rid of ammo way too quick. I don't really see that as like the end all be all for the perk. I just think that it's just very unnecessary, and if you have an unnecessary perk in this game, it's a bad perk. Double Tap 2.0 is, in my opinion, the first need of this list. In Black Ops 2, once you hit like a certain round, guns become useless, and you need Double Tap 2.0. Like it is a must have, because if not, killing zombies is annoying as balls. Like if you pack a punch a gun without this perk, you're not gonna think of it as highly as you should, which is unfortunate, because when I was a newbie playing with certain guns, I just disregarded them, and that was one of the things that I, again, as a newbie, didn't know, was that this perk improved damage. What is it? Every bullet is like a 2-for-1, so it's like essentially double damage, I believe. But regardless, it is just absolutely a need. I don't think there's any discussion for that. Then we got the cherry perk. I think it's a good perk. I don't think it's great, because a lot of the times you really have to get yourself in a corner, and if you're like really good at training, you won't be caught slipping off of a reload, or you shouldn't be. If you're an average player, it might be a great perk. But it's something that you can use to, you know, bail yourself out if a zombie's just like hauling ass on you and he's just like smacking the hell out of you. So you can, again, just kind of bail yourself out. But compared to some other perks on this list, I just don't see how you'd want this one instead. Granted, if it's still the 4 perk system for like the first, what is it? 3-4 games? Because I know in Cold War you could get all of them, and unless you did the tombstone glitch, that was that, or you know, gobblegums. But we're not counting. I'm not trying to get into that. The next perk, Juggernog, must have. It's literally the best one in the game. Going from you die in 2 hits to you die in 4 hits is a massive deal. That is. In a game where you're literally trying to survive and you're gonna get the kills, it's gonna happen naturally, you need Juggernog, and everyone that plays this game knows that. This is a surprise to no one, so I'm not even gonna further elaborate. Keep moving forward. Mule Kick, I would say, is it's a good perk. I probably would rate it better than the cherry electric. Is it called electric cherry? I forgot what it's called. But my point is, having 3 guns is good. When you get downed, it sucks balls that you lose your gun. But in the newer games, specifically in Cold War, you could have gotten to your 5, and to where when you get Mule Kick back, you get the gun that you had back. So it's definitely like Cold War Mule Kick is definitely high out the ass compared to the OG one. The OG one is just good though, because if you spend all those points on a pack-a-punch weapon that you lose immediately when you down yourself, or when you get downed, that sucks. But also having Mule Kick, the best part about it, aside from obviously just having a 3rd weapon, is ammo. Like, if there's a gun that just blows through ammo, at least when I have a 3rd weapon, I'm like, okay, it's okay to have this gun that blows through ammo, because I got another gun with a lot of ammo, and then this gun with this much ammo. And it makes having the Thunder gun, if you play Black Ops 1, so much easier, because of the fact that you didn't have to worry about just the 12 rounds, and then when it's pack-a-punched, whatever, how many rounds it has. But yeah, this one is, what is it called? PhD Flopper. I think this one's an average perk. In all honesty, it's definitely a gimmick kind of perk to where it's cool and it does something cool, but it's 100% not necessary. Like when you dive, you know, explosion around you, cool, nothing crazy. I'd say if you're rocking with Mustang and Sally, the 1911 pistol, the starting pistol, and you pack punch it, if you're rocking with that, this perk is amazing. If you're rocking with the ray gun, this perk is amazing, because not being able to take that explosive damage is crucial with those weapons. But other than that, it's just not necessary at all. So it's very dependent on what you have for your weapons. It's an average perk, definitely. Quick Revive. So there's not 2 images of Quick Revive, because obviously there's 2 versions of Quick Revive. One being the solo version, where if you go down you can revive yourself, and one being the team version. If there's 1 or more players and there's Quick Revive, you just revive them faster. So I don't have 2, but we're gonna assume it's just the solo. And if it's the solo, it's just, dude, you have to revive yourself. You have to, and this allows you to do that. Obviously only 3 times, but you're gonna get downed. It's gonna happen. At least you have like a cat. Instead of 9 lives, at least 3 lives. You can kind of fall back on that. In multiplayer, it sucks. It's just terrible. Like Big Whoop, I just revived someone faster. Whatever. Cold War, they made it way better. Anyway, sleight of hand. Or it's speed cola, I should say. Phenomenal. LMGs like require this. It's literally a requirement with LMGs, because they reload so slow and they're so useful in zombies. Like if you strictly Black Ops 2, we're talking about the RPD or the hammer, like you have to have speed cola. Again, Cold War being the most recent good zombies iteration, because Vanguard was garbage. But if we're talking about Cold War, it was definitely the most recent entry that was good. And Speed Cola, same thing. Obviously with the 5 tiers, it's a little different, but it's just absolutely necessary. Next up, not Speed Cola, Stamina Up, 100% a great, and I mean great perk. I think it's better than Speed Cola because being able to train those zombies is so important. And why I think Stamina Up is just a way better version of the Cherry Perk is because the Cherry Perk is if you're training and you just get caught in a corner, or typically maybe you're just running around somebody, you get caught in a corner, whatever. But being able to be that fast prevents, you know, kind of getting caught slipping much more often. Like, it really does prevent it, because if you do corner yourself, you're fast enough to get the hell out of there and not get stuck with it. Now, it's very situational. I feel like it's much more, I should say it's much more situational to need this than to need this, because even if you're not just training, just to get around the map, Stamina Up just makes everything much more of a breeze. So definitely just a better, much better perk, and it's a great perk. Tombstone, I would say it's a good perk. I definitely think it's better than average, because being able to, especially in Black Ops 2, doing the 6 perk or 7 perk glitch is badass. You allow yourself to get all perks. And the recent Cold War entry, it was good, especially all that they gave you. You know, you get all your loot back, your guns, blah blah blah. It's definitely a good perk, but not a must-have by any means. You definitely don't want to eliminate yourself from the round, but you kind of have to with Tombstone. Scavenger perk, I would say it's good. A little hesitant with this one, because while I do really enjoy it, the only like real crazy good thing about it is the green scent, like the green aura, where you can kind of just hide there. That is freaking clutch. But the money you get back, the bullets you get back, typically with most guns it doesn't really matter. I will say though, it's a solid perk, like definitely a solid perk. Who's Who is average. It's just not enough. You get spawned like into your ghost version with just a regular ass pistol, no perks on you. You have to revive yourself. You can get smacked, whatever you want to say. You can get destroyed and mauled on by those zombies. And the problem is, it's so much easier to get caught slipping, because if you down yourself, typically it's by a horde of zombies, not just like 1 or 2. So yeah, Who's Who is average at best. Then here we got the web. I forgot what it's called. It's like the web perk. Basically, if you get hit, the zombies get webbed. I think it's a solid perk. Nothing too crazy by any means. I think the reason why though is obviously because of the limit. I think it's like four times is the max till you get more bullets, and they slowly come back over time, I believe, or it's after you kill zombies. Whatever the case may be, solid. It definitely saves your ass, but because it's only 4 hits, it's like again, solid, but that's that. So yeah, I mean, Treyarch Perk-a-Cola's tier list maker. This is a popular tier list, which is why I decided to do it. It was on my video game tier list recommendations, and I was like, dude, I love zombies. I'll probably post gameplay on the next Call of Duty Zombies game that comes out, because I've always been a fan of like horror things since I was like, what, 12, 13? Like horror games, not horror movies. I was a wuss with horror movies until I was like 16, because that's a different story. But anyway, this is my tier list. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below, if you agree with me or disagree with me. Obviously this is an opinion based video, but at the same time, some of these are like, bro, Juggernaut is obviously the best perk in the game. I don't even think you can argue that. Anyway, as always, appreciate y'all for watching. This is Ali Been Different on We've Been Different, and we out.